What's up, everybody? Destroyer here. Welcome back to a live commentary game of the RotWK patch 2.2 version 7. Today we have a 2v2 on Buckland to take a look at. So let's jump right in. We have our first player in the top left, MattysMirk as Dwarves, and his ally for this matchup is Dark as Goblins, who's also Solus, or Maher as he is known by as well. Alright. Opposing team, we have Asba as Men of the West, and his ally for this match is MayShadowF as Angmar. Alright, so we get Angmar and Men versus Goblins and Dwarves. Awesome. Okay, so we'll see how they fare. It looks like MayShadow's going for a Hall of the King's Men, of course. Getting his mills up. I'm going to call Dark Solus just because it's easier for me to remember the name. And more people know him as Solus, of course. He's going for a Goblin Cave start, so he's not going for Spiderlings of any kind or what have you yet. If so, he's going for a second Goblin Cave as well. Looks like Asba has some troops out. He's got some Gondor soldiers out, so of course he has barracks, as you would expect, getting his economy rolling as well. As MattysMirk is doing also. Matty is going for Guardians as his starting unit, which is definitely a good choice against a Gondor soldier, as they will outclass a Gondor soldier. But the only problem with Dwarves, of course, is you have to catch them first. But generally, sometimes going just full-on offensive as Dwarves is good. Looks like he's going to pull him back and defend, though. Defending his dwarves can be a bit difficult, because, of course, the obvious reasons. They're slow. Looks like Solus is claiming the outpost here. He's just going to get a little bit of money out of it. And he's kiting away MayShadow's thralls. The Goblin orcs seem to be just not able to catch him. And Solus is just getting money while he waits around. I think MayShadow should really knock this down, or else he's going to give a bit of economic advantage to Solus, which is not something you want, really. Of course. There we go, down it goes. Probably, it's probably all it'll be up for the rest of the game. The outpost doesn't tend to last long in the old Buckland matches. Nobody wants the enemy to have it. Alright. Down goes the war chant. Solus has lots of goblin warriors over here. Should be able to defend, but at cost of many goblin lives, of course. Asba is making a pretty strong push against Matty over here, looks like. Matty does have guardians out in the field and axe throwers, though. Extras are definitely going to help out with dealing with these, because they do pretty good damage there. Unfortunately, though, Gondor soldiers in whole ground stance, shield, wall, and morale called are pretty tanky. It'll take a few volleys to get them down. So it's still on the defensive here. But in a second, he's going to be able to push with quite the force. He's also getting the horde bonus buffs. He has enough goblin warriors there. We've got a troll and wolf den over here for MayShadow. Interestingly placed behind his mill to defend against this side, I suppose. You see, he's defending the weak sides of his mills with his production buildings, which is interesting. Not a bad idea by any means, as far as I'm concerned. But it does make his production building pretty far away from his fortress, which could be bad. But it does give him time to react to save his farms, so maybe it could be good. Alright, we got 2 battalions of direwolves and some wolf riders out in the field. Oh, two battalions of wolf riders. I didn't say that. Very nice. Lots of direwolves to be had. The wolf riders definitely should help out here, as long as he doesn't go like 1 battalion into something like this. But if he gets like 3 battalions charging through this, it should kill a lot of Goblin Warriors with ease. And indeed he is. Definitely a good call on the old Wolf Rider front. Looks like that middle that was being defended by this is now gone. And Solus has decided to attack it. Solus also got Goblin Archers on the field as well. Matty's now pushing out a little bit with some Dwarven Guardians. Let's call them Warriors. I guess Dwarven Warriors isn't far off. They do have a official name, quote unquote. Asba sending some Gondor soldiers over here to deal with a little bit of Solus' stuff. MayShadow's big old cav army with the direwolf support comes rolling through. It's not a bad combo here, because these are very good against pikes, the direwolves. And of course they're mobile enough to keep up with these things, the wolf riders. So together they make a pretty good force, I think. Alright, Solus is sitting on 4 caves. He's also got a fissure for half-troll swordsmen. A good choice, since they can't be trampled and they're a very strong unit. Obviously not the best one you can get against the Wolf Riders, but against the Direwolves, they will do much better than a half-troll marauder. So, not a bad choice. We got King Brand on the field. I think he's trying to do some defense. And does the rebuild. He's really looking to save this archer range. He's not going to be able to save this mine shot though. Nice slam shot there from Brand though. I think he'll be able to save his archer range though, at least. That is quite good for him. Solus is also arrived with a huge amount of Goblin Warriors. But he comes from MayShadow with his cav army. And Direwolves following close behind. So got some Angmar for all support. The Goblin Warriors are having a bad day against the Direwolves, I must say. We got half-troll swordsman in hold ground stance. Taking quite a while to kill. There's the fell wind throwing him out of position though. They will fall, of course. They're very outnumbered. This says about Solus enough time to push in a little bit. He took a builder though, that's pretty nice. It's always good to get an enemy builder, as it slows down their production. And to get them back is 500 resources, which isn't horribly cheap. That's money you can't spend on troops. Or what have you. Asba's got a lot of Gondor soldiers. Has Asba built anything besides Gondor soldiers yet? I don't think so. At least not as far as I can tell. He's upgraded this level 2. He could go for tower guards now. At the moment, though, he's just spamming Gondor soldiers, which seems to be pretty good. I don't really need any anything else at this point. Gondor soldiers do well. I can see why you'd want so many. It's kind of like spamming better Goblin Warriors, really. And boom! Brand slam shot, hitting its mark. I love slam shot. It looks so cool as well in version 7. I love it. Alright, looks like the majority of the cav army that MayShadow once had is pretty much gone there. And we have Black Númenóreans on the field, which can definitely stand toe-to-toe with the half-troll swordsman. But there is too much here, I'm afraid. And he will fall. I'm surprised this one isn't dead. Let him go. Also, if you're wondering why they look like that, it's because I have an HD texture, HD edition alpha. So they will look different than your units. Unless you're watching this when it's finally released, which will be who the hell knows when. But it's not released yet. Alright, with a level 3 Hall of the Kingsmen, though, he can also get Dark Rangers, which is not a bad choice. But, of course, he needs an army to actually protect Dark Rangers, so probably doesn't want those right now. Solus has gone for the Cave Troll. That has potential to do some damage. That'll bring some much-needed power and siege to these Goblin armies. Also, he can, of course, do many things with this guy. He can pick up Goblins, throw them for a fear ability, or he can, of course, pick up a tree if he likes. But they're really good at just regular, just smash down a building. It's going to be pretty bad if MayShadow loses this building, I think. There's a fell wind. Asba's arrived with reinforcements. Ah, and down goes the Hall of the Kingsmen. It seems he did not have Snowbind. But Faramir has arrived as well. And it looks like we have a Karsh in the field. Karsh is a great counter to Goblins for Angmar. Because of his first ability, all nearby enemies suffer minus speed and take slight damage over time. And that damage over time is really what kills the Goblin Warriors pretty quickly, just by standing there. And as he levels up, it'll do more damage over time, quicker, so it's pretty good. I definitely always recommend a Karsh against Goblin spam. It's good against Orc spam too, I think. Anything spammy, I suppose. They're weak in strength. They can melt easily. Karsh is pretty good against. Doesn't look like Matty has a whole lot. I guess it's because it was in a mineshaft. There it is. His army is pushing out. Very clumped up, though. Could be good or bad, I suppose. There's a Gundabat Orc summon on top of Matty's army. His Axors will fall victim to this, I would think. Maybe, maybe not. Meanwhile, Asba's moving in. Solus is a builder over here. Solus is definitely going to struggle with Karsh. He is opting for Half-Troll Marauders. Half-Troll Marauders would be good against Karsh because they are a high health unit with good attack damage against heroes. So definitely a good choice there. Goblin Warrior is definitely not going to cut the... Look at that, they just die so fast. Karsh is probably one of the best heroes against Goblin Warriors, in fact, I would argue. And MayShadow's now go for Snow Trolls. Which, of course, can be obtained from level 2 Troll Molf Den, as well as Hill Trolls, so he can go for either of those if he so desires. MayShadow's also rebuilt both of these in the front there. And his level 3 mill. Asba seems to be doing pretty well. He's upgraded Athelian Rangers. He's got Tower Guards, Gunner Soldiers. Of course, you got Faramir out there. He's definitely harassing the crap out of Matty. Seems to be struggling a bit on the left side, in my opinion. He hasn't really made any good attacks against Asba, as far as I can tell. Unless I missed one, which is possible, but not so much, I don't think. It's also taking farm, but he will lose his Half-Troll Marauders in the process. Two battalions of Snow Trolls now. What's better than one battalion of Snow Trolls? 2 battalions of Snow Trolls. Absolutely. MayShadow's definitely gaining strength down here. He's getting more Snow Trolls, in fact. The Snow Trolls will absolutely decimate these Goblin Warrior hordes. With ease. Take very little damage in return as well. Because they are tanky. Tanky trolls. Nice. Solus has gone for the Mountain Giants, which is definitely a good call. But he definitely needs troops to protect it. The problem he's going to face, of course, is Karsh. You can send wave after wave of Goblin Warriors against Karsh, but really, he's just gonna destroy them quickly as hell. And then that will allow him to keep pushing forward towards his giants. So I think he's in trouble there. I think once Karsh arrives, maybe Goblin Warriors are completely irrelevant? I don't know. Maybe switch to Goblin Archers and just having frontline melee fissure units would be good? I don't know. Also, a hero for Goblins would be bad, I suppose. Oh boy. Comes Tom Bombadil. Taking out the Hobbit summon. Oh, we got another Hobbit summon. This time from Asba. Matty is putting up a hell of a defense, but he is probably not going to be much too longer for this world, I think. What is this tunnel? He's definitely got to be struggling economically wise. Let's have a look at powers and stuff real quick here. Solus has gotten his giants in the melee mode. Solus has got Cave Bats, Wildman, War Chant, 7 power points, 300 of 550 command points. MattysMirk, his ally. Has Hobbits rebuild, heal, rally call. So we have the addition of hill trolls now. 185, 475. Well, he's struggling. 475 in comparison to his opponent, which is 725. He has a huge economy in comparison and a huge troop allowance. But Asba is sitting on a Tom Bombadil. Hobbit allies heal, rally call, 6 power points, 299, 725. And MayShadow is on 7 orcs, Fellwind, War Chants, 13 power points, 540 of 575. So it's not too bad, not too far off from the right side, I'd say. It's kind of even, but not quite. I think MayShadow's a bit ahead in the PowerPoint front. As far as the amount of farms, though, they have and stuff, and points-wise, they seem to be doing evenly-ish. They definitely say MayShadow has the advantage in troop compositions against what Solus is bringing to the table. And it looks like MayShadow has sent some dudes over here to the top left with Karsh to go take out a bit of Matty's stuff. Matty's definitely not having a nice day, is he? Looks like he's got siege works as well. Trying to get a battle wagon out. Old Karsh. Karsh is level 6. I believe that upgrades his Chill Soul. I think it's 5 or something. I can't remember what level he actually levels that up at. I don't think it says tooltip wise anywhere. What the heck? Oh, he Beast Slayer. I was like, how? Matty's just, he's donezo. Look at, he's sitting on one tunnel. One measly mineshaft. It's gotta feel bad. Solus has sent aid. Oh no! Unfortunately, Solus's aid has been turned into against them. The huge blight. And I think that'll be GG for Matty. The undead hordes now overflow his base. Thankfully, Barrel Ice don't do a ton of damage to the buildings. But it's not looking good. Blight is very powerful against spam factions. Because they very easily turn into a billion Barrelites. So, that definitely wasn't good for them. Still making a push here. Looks like he's actually got giants up to MayShadow's base. Go forwards. Dark Iron Forge there. This has been snowbinded, so Solus can, of course, do damage to this pretty easily. If he can take a level 3 one, that's pretty good, but I think his ally is going to die here, which is, of course, not good for him. Karsh is teleported away. Karsh has blinked over to deal with this mountain giant. And of course, he had no health, so I guess that was his escape maneuver, which is pretty cool. He can blink anywhere you can see, I'm pretty sure. So he can literally cross the map in the blink of an eye, which is pretty cool. It seems the conjoined forces of Asba and MayShadow have overwhelmed 98 for sure. He's gone for the oil casks. They have moved back, for the most part at least. I don't think MayShadow is watching over here, probably. I would expect. We got fire arrows on some Mathilians. That'll be enough to take this fort without getting close. Of course, he can, if he micros enough, he can go back and forth and do damage before his guys get killed by the oil casks. There you go. MattysMirk has been defeated. And Dark stands alone, or Solus. And that's not going to end well, I would expect, for him. Of course, level 8. Yeah, it doesn't say anything about Chill Soul leveling up. I don't know what levels it actually goes up in damage. It'd be nice if there was a tooltip that said increase Chill Soul or something when you leveled up at certain levels. That'd be kind of neat. But it does go up in power, I know that much at least. This is quite the army of snow trolls we have here. It just shows the weakness of Goblin warriors late game. Not a whole lot they can do, really. Look at these hill trolls, just porcupine formation, taking almost no damage from mountain giants. And they're buffed as well, of course. They give no shits. Mountain giants are good. They're not good enough, I don't think. They're not very good without support, in my opinion. Looks like Asba's just going to sit back and let them 1v1 on the right side. MayShadow definitely has the advantage in that front, I would say. The Solus doesn't really have much, if anything. It's a really cheeky little tower. And a couple of giants. MayShadow has brought some siege to the party as well. More snow trolls joining the fray. Asba might be moving to position, can't tell. Snow trolls take forever, or hill trolls rather, take forever to die. It's crazy. You could literally just stand cards here. Any Goblin warriors that came out of here would just melt. Well, MayShadow's gonna need some more units if he's gonna kill Dark's base, though. 3 mountain giants against Karsh. Mountain giants aren't not very good against Karsh. Mountain giants aren't very good against heroes, as far as I'm aware. But Karsh opting not to fight there, which is probably wise. It's crazy to see these guys get hit with rocks from giants and just live. Solo says use the power Untamed Allegiance, which of course in version 7 has a secondary ability. Cast on a monster producing building to speed up production by 50%. So of course he can use it on his fissure. And you speed up the production of his half-troll swordsman by 50% for a duration. So it's pretty cool power, very useful. If there's no layers, so you can use it on layers still, of course. But since late game there will be no layers on the map, it still has a use, which is very cool. And it's not a bad use either. I like that secondary option is pretty good. It still has something to do with monsters. I like it. Soul's bringing these half-troll swordsmen out quickly was definitely a good call. They are a good choice against the hill troll as well, because they're, of course, swords against pikes. Should you imagine if Solus actually won this game? That'd be insane. But I'm thinking that'd be very unlikely. Especially since Asba's standing by in case MayShadow is in trouble. with quite a superior force. He could also be feeding him money if Asba's not using it. I don't know if he is, but, you know, could be. I don't think he needs it, though. I think MayShadow's in a pretty good position. Oh, he's got Rogash. He's come to take Greenlands. There's the HD edition Rogash you've never seen before. Looking swanky. Alright, so he's got a lot of snow trolls. He's got some orcs. Gunvad orcs, of course, go into pit fighting mode when they're not doing anything. Which is pretty cool. There is the Blight, making many a white. Look at me, I can rhyme without even trying. I should have been a rapper. Lol. Alright, the hordes of undead have been unleashed upon Solus' base. Oh, Azog is here. So he's taking out Karsh. I mean, Karsh has no reason to die here. There we go. He's Whispered Death, inflicts massive damage on non-undead units. Karsh is actually very good against heroes later because of that ability. As long as they're not a Nazgul, basically, or a Karsh. There we go. Solus is called the GG. And down he goes. Cool. Well, there you go. Asba and MayShadow are victorious against MattysMirk and Solus. Nice game. Definitely left side though. Matty got very much crushed. So Solus was eventually left alone, but Asba seemed to have the left side on lockdown for most of the game, I'd say. And of course, MayShadow was helping a bit here and there, which definitely helped. But Dwarves, they do struggle on Buckland. Everyone knows that. They struggle on smaller maps because of, well, obvious reasons. But they've never been particularly good at Buckland. And yeah, he didn't do well. He put up a good fight though, but definitely he got overwhelmed a bit. So yeah, good match. Anyway, hope you all enjoyed, and I'll think see you guys in the next cast of RotWK King Push version 7. See y'all next time.